Right, welcome everyone to Silverstone FP3, I guess. I mean, it's quite wet where I am. You might have guessed it already, but I've been having trouble with the marquee text. I can't remember what I saved the marquee text. Where is the marquee text? Marquee text, where are you? Ah. Ooh. Oh, it's going to be Formula E fans, isn't it? Let's change it to Hello Formula 1 fans. Is that going to work? Yes. Okay, so we got the marquee text. We got everything. Oh, no we haven't. Hang on a second.
Keep trying.
Hang on a second. Bear with me, everyone. Ah, it's fine. I'll fix it next time. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good. Believe Verstappen's engine is cooked. Oh, I don't have my wheel here that I normally use to balance my phone, but it will balance there. I don't know why I didn't do that before. Let me get the pictures and see what the situation is on the ground in terms of weather. So I think the F2 sprint race has been cancelled, by the way. Oh, they're not even live yet. They're doing like a video on Hamilton. Lewis's Secret Cinema. Okay, that's great, but I kind of want to see what's going on. Oh, this is so much better. I've got so much more space. Blacker, how am I? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, just working hard. As usual. Do we have anything that we want to put in the marquee text? Yeah, I'm going to check on the weather. I'm going to check on the weather. Formula 1. Let me put this in the old marquee text. Is it me or is the marquee text a bit smoother today? Or is this going to slow it down? Because the more text you have, the more it slows. No, it's very smooth. It's not like chugging along. Okay, I'm going to get shots of... Oh, it's cloudy. And when I mean cloud, I mean like... There's low cloud, high cloud. It looks wet. 14 minutes till FP3. But I have to say it looks very, very, very wet.
Keep your head down.
And again, Sky, I've gone some other pictures. How's everyone doing? Phil says George Russell might surprise us again today. Why did Max have such a bad FP2? I don't know why. I don't know why. Hang on a second, bear with me. Let me try and get this. I'll get my camera. Bear with me. Oh. We've got two spaces? No. Don't know why that is. Not sure why. Alright, doesn't matter. I was trying to do something different. Boom. Oh goodness. Go fast, go racing. Isn't always cloudy. It's nearly always cloudy, but I'd say it's going to rain. Hang on, it's too early for this. Where is this thing? It's too early for that. It's FP3. Come on, we don't want to get carried away. So I guess RB and Mercedes were hiding some pace in FP2. Well, is that Logan Sargent up there? Results from FP2. See, we've got it coming through on the old ticker tape. Yeah, it could be really sunny later, who knows, but I'm looking at people in the pit lane. It looks windy, blustery, the pit lane's wet, and the F2 sprint race has just been cancelled. So, make no mistakes, it's wet out on track. And this is FP3, so it's the last one before qualifying. So what you don't want to do is put your car in the wall. And if you put your car in the wall at Silverstone, it's usually quite a big one. It's quite a long way to get to the wall. Buffalo says rain showers this morning with scattered thunderstorms arriving in the afternoon. Storms may produce some hail, high winds. Love that. What about tomorrow? Oh, that's tomorrow. Love that again. Double love it then. So, classic British Grand Prix. Chat, we've got to pray for everyone who's going into the car park right now and trying to get around Silverstone. Like, Silverstone for me is a little bit of a con. It's not really a state-of-the-art circuit and facilities. Nuh-uh. It's just in the middle of some fields. The branding they do is insane. It shouldn't be called Silverstone, it should be called Brown Muddy Fields. That would be more accurate. And people are going to find out today. Welcome Craig from sweaty Croatia's hot in Croatia. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Lando's got his hood up. But the rain can mix it up. The rain could mix it up. I'm really interested how Lando's getting a lot of the like media support here, love, exposure, when it's George Russell who just won the Austrian Grand Prix. But I feel like Lando Norris is a bit more marketable than George Russell or something. I don't know if anyone else agrees or disagrees. That's the kind of the feeling I get. Can we make that bigger? Oh, that's probably how I have it actually. So, oh no. Yeah. Nice. Do we need maggots and Beckett's? Is it important? Probably yes. What's going on down here at the bottom? Why is there like a black bar over it? Can you see? Have I messed something up? Oh, looks I have. There we go. Always a bit risky to be doing that. Lucy agrees. Lando's far more personable and smiley. Rodney, Lando's a child, drives like he's on his learners. Well, I've been covering a lot of the Lando and Max crash at Austria. If anyone's been on the Motorsport channel, will have seen all the analysis in different ways. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. The Max Verstappen v Lando Norris crash explained we've tried to do. Gerard said UK needs a street race. Well, I'm surprised with Spain going to Madrid. I'm surprised France don't do a street race somewhere. But I just don't think... I think let Formula E do the street races. And let Formula 1, we want to go to the best purpose-built racetracks. Which, for example, include places like Catalonia. Which they're not going to go to. Mark Johnson in the house, good morning. Jensen Button's here with Sky. So I'll be getting some good insight. And just 8 minutes to go, but it's not raining. I can tell you, it's not raining right now. It's definitely not raining. But it looks to be windy. It's raining down here, down in London. So just an hour or so away, it's raining here. But we'll see. Hopefully everything is going well with the stream. I believe so. I wonder if drivers will come out straight away on Inters. It's such a big marketing opportunity as well. You'd imagine that teams will come out. The grandstands will be full here, I imagine, for FP3, which is great. Get those cars out on track. And if it's going to be a wet weather race tomorrow, that could be really good information. Pete says Norris is a Taylor Swift of F1, loads of teen fans. I'm surprised there hasn't been a tie-up here with Taylor Swift doing a concert after to Silverstone. Wouldn't that... You think there'd be enough money that could make that happen? George Russell making his way to his garage. Race winner. And Lewis Hamilton. Lucy's 37 and a fan of Lando. Well, there we go. That disproves the theory. Black could be disappointed if it doesn't rain tomorrow. Here in Croatia, a few minutes ago, a streetcar, and one ended up in the crowd. Goodness me, was everyone okay? Was the car okay? And that was a streetcar exhibition. This is going to be the real thing in 5 minutes. We're going to kick off. Yeah, I'm looking at the people. It's very windy in the grandstands. I say grandstands, it's hills. There's people shivering. Oh, goodness me. This is not what was advertised, but this is that's a great equaliser of British weather. It just doesn't care. It doesn't care whether you bought £400 for your Glastonbury tickets. It does not discriminate. It's the beauty of the weather. Car was okay. What about the people? Were the people okay? But yeah, we're just 6 minutes away here. FP3 at Silverstone. By the way, for the next race at Hungary, I have a clash with Formula E, so I've got to work that one out. But I'm in London for Formula E for the finale of that season, which is going down to the wire somewhat. 6 drivers technically can still win the title. So I have a clash with Hungary F1 and London Formula E, which I've got to work out. Only clash really we've had this season, and that is the last race of the season there. How will the crowd at Silverstone? Looks absolutely packed. Max Verstappen jumping in the car. It looks like Red Bull not going to mess around. They want to get in, get going. And they're doing the titles now, so going to be underway shortly. See if anyone looks particularly strong here in the wet weather, or if anyone looks like they're struggling. We're about to find out. Got the Alpine shirt. You got to rep the strong teams. Strong teams only. Would love to cross the border of Hungary F1 but can't afford it. Well, I'd say Hungary is normally literally the most affordable F1 race. So, yeah. If you can't do Hungary, then... I don't think there's anywhere cheaper than Hungary. I've got to be honest. For the F1, that is. Track record here, 124.3, Lewis Hamilton in 2020. What compounds have been bought? It's all the hardest end of the compounds from Pirelli. Kids get Hungary. What? Means you're going then? Are lots of covered grandstands here at Silverstone, which is good. Okay, we're just 3 minutes away. Only 21 likes. Come on, chat. We can do better. We can do better on light front. We can go for 1 billion likes on this stream. 10 billion likes is the objective. Weather conditions cloudy, humidity 91%, track temp is 16. The track temp is 16 degrees. And there was a risk of rain message that has been cut away from. Risk of rain. I don't know. There was a risk of rain. I don't know if anyone knows what the latest risk of rain is there. So I think Lando is making his way to his car with his hoodie. Signing some stuff as he goes. Who's going to look good in the rain then? Let's find out. Let's get going. Welcome Marie Hudson in the house. This is the F1 British Grand Prix sponsored by Etihad. 52 laps tomorrow. Welcome Zoe as well. Hamilton will miss FP2 because he's busy signing autographs with Brad Pitt. Well, FP2 happened yesterday, so unless he's got some sort of time travel machine. Yeah, it's all cameras on Lando. I do find it surprising that George Russell literally won the last race. It's all cameras on Lando. There we go. In fact, I'm going to be at McLaren next week, so that'll be interesting. Risk of rain 40 to 50%. Sounds good to me. Well, it's definitely going to be... It's wet, it's cold, it's humid. There's water on the track already. Hulk out-qualified Ferrari. Well, I mean, the qualifying hasn't happened yet, but yeah. It's 4:30 AM for the American Buffalo. Is that in the... I presume that's in America. I'm surprised it's not the Great American Bison. So he's freezing. Yeah, it's cold. 10 degrees, I think it said air temp. 10 degrees in July. Welcome to England. It's a cold one. Everyone's got their like jackets on, like double jackets, winter jackets. Ricardo to safety car. Has anyone made the safety car driver transition? Yeah. Isn't that like an untapped route? Joe Guan Yu was saying he'd quite fancy being a reserve driver. That sounds great to him. Maybe he didn't think about that. 6:30 EST. Some tyres going on to Charles Leclerc's Ferrari. Can't see which ones they are. I mean, in Ferrari they're wearing the beanie hats. They're kind of, I think they're hamming it up a little bit. But they've got beanie hats. You think it's the middle of winter. So the session should have started by now, but I can't see anything. Has the session been delayed? Oh no, there's cars on track. There's a car on track now. There we go. It says it there. Let me just adjust. Cars are on track. The Hasses are on track. Let me try and just make sure that we get their names. It's going to work like this, maybe. There we go. Oh, shit. There we go. Perfect, hopefully. How far away is qualifying? Qualifying starts at 3 local time, which is also, for the first time and only time, is my time. Which is nice. So it's a very special race week, not only because Lando McLaren's home race, but also because I'm going for the whole weekend. Zoe's there again for the whole weekend. So again, we've got someone in the chat who's at the circuit. It's Zoe. Amazing. How's the weather feeling down there, Zoe? So the Haas is out on what must be intermediate tyres. Yes, intermediate tyres. There's quite a lot of spray. It's not raining right now, but it's intermediate conditions at the moment. You can see there everyone on inters. Fingers crossed there'll be a crossover point in FP3. We'll start to see some drivers bravely going onto the dry tyres. That'll be good to see. Instead of time warmers, why don't they install track heaters? Sounds very over-engineered. And also, I don't know. I mean, they want to take away tyre warmers. In WEC, they've taken away tyre warmers. Sergio Perez is going to go out on the intermediates as well. In fact, Perez is already out now. On those inters. See everyone circulating, getting that information of what it's like on these intermediate tyres. Pete says 2 degrees in Melbourne. Is it really 2 degrees in Melbourne? Is it really? Osrock, have they dropped ticket prices for the rest of the weekend? Well, it is meant to be dynamic pricing. Does the dynamic pricing also go down, or did it just go up? Is it dynamic in one direction only? Let me just help us out here, chat. Let's get the old timing here. There we go. That's how long we have to go. Hopefully that helps. Zoe, the feeling is amazing. The adrenaline is on top, and I'm nervous about meeting my man as person one more time. Very nice. Big spray coming into Cops. Big spray at that part of the circuit. Oh my goodness. So that Sergio Perez or Max Verstappen had a big moment on the exit of Cops. I'm on board with Verstappen, so Verstappen at the end of the Wellington straight. Oh, he spun! Verstappen spun, he's done a 360. Right in front of the grandstands there. In the old pit entry. So Verstappen does a 360, keeps it on the circuit. A little bit of an embarrassing moment there for Max Verstappen. And on board with Charles Leclerc, and it's not. There's a lot of water being sprayed off the tyres onto his helmet, onto his visor, and he also had a correction on the exit of Cops and went off the circuit as well. So the driver's not looking super comfortable in these conditions. Understand it's quite windy as well. 2 races in the UK. I mean, they could do 2 races in the UK. They could definitely do it, 100%. Yeah, not unusual to get hail, to be honest. I mean, that's where the clouds are. It's freezing. So just the hail comes down from up there. It's not like it's snow. Buffalo says Verstappen was mentally shook last weekend. Well, Verstappen has already done his 360 here, as everyone, I believe, is out on the circuit. So all cars out on circuit, and is someone going to bin it and not have such a great exit? We'll see. Reed Valley in the house, welcome to the KCR community. The communitariat. Don't know if it's well, it won't. Oh, yellow flag is out. Let's hold this sort. Yellow flag, and it's Gasly. It's Pierre G. It's Pierre G. Has spun it. There he is. There is Gasly. Gasly, what have you done? In the last corner, pretty much. So Gasly spun it. Red flag! Chat, get your red flags out. It's been red flagged. It's happened. Oh, goodness, I wear the Alpine shirt and this, you know. So what has Pierre Gasly done? Yellow flag now I'm seeing. Track is where the expected Ricardo is saying. What's Pierre Gasly done? Pierre Gasly, where are you? Where's Pierre G? Chat, get your red flags out in the chat. Because it has been red flagged. I haven't seen anything in images. There we go. Red flags coming in chat. Black has got it. Bob Badger. Oh, he's in the gravel. He's probably locked up. So this is just after the pit entry for F1. As I hear a helicopter making its way to Silverstone. He's probably locked up. Or maybe done a 360 and ended up in the gravel. So he's in the gravel trap. That means Pierre Gasly will take no further part in this session. He's going to have to jump out of the car. He's got to undo a lot of things. He's unscrewing things in the car. It's not great if you're upside down. Zoe says, huge thunderstorm last night as well as today. Well, there we go. In Silverstone then, it looks like it is rain in 4 minutes as well. As if it couldn't get any more chaotic. It hasn't even rained yet. I said that the drivers don't look that comfortable. And I stand by it. The drivers look quite uncomfortable out there. Am I in focus? Okay, now I'm in focus. So what did Pierre Gasly do? Was it as I predicted? Yes, it was. 360 into the gravel just after the pit exit. I've done that before. That's why I know. And there was someone behind him would have been laughing, saying, "Oh, Pierre, what have you done?" Welcome to Davina Jane says, "All right, geezers." Is that the nickname for the Pierre Gasly fan group? Geezers. Charles Leclerc was behind, I think, as that happened. Oh no, Charles Leclerc looking at a different angle here. Did Charles Leclerc also have a moment? Yeah, Charles Leclerc ran a little bit wide the corner after that, actually. Driver track is lagging, probably because of the red flag. I don't know, it seemed to happen at the same time as a red flag. Bob, what's your thoughts on my opinion that Norris is not mentally strong enough to challenge Max? Well, I think it's fair to say that Norris hasn't been in a championship challenging position for a long time, whereas Verstappen has. So, you know, Verstappen's been there, done it. He's an experienced head, not necessarily an old head, but he's an experienced head in those situations. Snowder fastest in P3. Well, at the moment, yes, but I wouldn't bet your mortgage on that, if that makes sense. Reba says, hi from Australia, love you so much, no Diddy. Well, Diddy or no Diddy, hopefully it's going to be an exciting FP3 here when we get back going again. So rain has been forecast. It's just generally raining in the UK right now. It's rain. It's one of those. Hopefully the red flags suck the energy out. Great American Buffalo having a baby. Congratulations. Good luck as well. Yeah, the rain due in 3 minutes. Sky, I've gone to adverts. So we'll see how it's going to pan out here with the rain. Buffalo can't say who he's a practitioner. They're a practitioner. Okay. Right, the red flags ended, by the way, but Sky is still more interested in showing his adverts for Workday and Quooker, which seems to be some sort of like hot tap. Really frustrates me. I don't want to see a hot tap. I want to see FP3 at Silverstone. Devine says Perez better qualify in the top 10. Well, the rumour saying that Sergio Perez is under pressure. Hang on a second. Why am I just seeing all these hot tap things? Seconds. They're just doing adverts for Amazon. Great, amazing. Cheers, thanks, guy. Appreciate it. 46 minutes to go. Come on, let's see what it's like on track. Is it raining yet? Oh no, it's an advert for Sky Sports Football. How long is FP3? Well, there's 46 minutes to go. 46 minutes remaining of FP3. Zilda Russell in the house. Hope you're doing well, Zilda Russell. Hope all is good. And if you're wondering what's happened, we've just had a red flag. Pierre Gasly's been off, but there are cars on circuit now. But the rain was forecast. Daniel Ricciardo, meanwhile, looking at a replay of Ricciardo weaving in the pits, which seemed to be very irresponsible. Daniel Ricciardo weaving in the pit lane, sort of warming up the tyres in the pits. I'm not sure why, but I don't think that's very responsible for Daniel. And people are kind of looking at him saying, what are you doing? So, bit of a weird one there for Daniel Ricciardo. Oh my goodness, there's so much weather coming in on Silverstone. Silverstone is basically in the middle of a hurricane, it looks like, from radar. So, I think it could be a very exciting qualifying. Don't miss it. Gravel and car parts. What, for Gasly? Well, Gasly will be done here because they won't be able to enter again. It's not like endurance racing. George Rogers in the house as well. So, we're back out again. Intermediate conditions. It's not raining right now, but it's still wet, to say the least. What's up with Norris and Hamilton out about? I think they just haven't set a lap time yet. They're probably just cruising, doing installation, etc. George Russell on track on the intermediate. Ricciardo pit lane infringement will be investigated after session. I genuinely think Daniel Ricciardo should get a penalty for that. Perez saying, or being told, expect the first bits of rain now. But Daniel Ricciardo, I think that's a safety issue, and it should not be a fine. I think it should be a penalty against the driver because I thought it was very irresponsible what he was doing there in the pit lane. He was warming up the tyres in the pit lane. It's a moment of madness from Daniel Ricciardo there, in my opinion. Just my thoughts, but F3 sprint race has been postponed, but it'd be cancelled. Yeah, it was postponed till 6 PM, but I just don't think that's going to work at Silverstone. Welcome, Seema Dragon. Yes, Tsunoda's still fast up at the moment, but I wouldn't read too much into it. It's a wet session. It's FP3. Lucy thinks he will get a penalty. I don't know if anyone else has seen that, but or just what you would do if you saw someone warming up in the pit lane, as Daniel Ricciardo was doing. But I think he should get a penalty for it. It's very, very, very windy, which indicates that the weather is closing in. Why is Max 4th? Well, he's not. Karen, he's 5th at the moment, and now he's 6th. He's going to chop and change. Maybe he was just trying to clear the water for the drivers, make it in fact safer. I think you should be Ricciardo's sort of defence person in the investigation there. See if you can get him out of that penalty. Carlos Sainz is about to go out on intermediate tyres. Even the mechanics were moving away. It's one of those ones where people were turning around like, what is he doing? You know, if he's driving in a straight line, it's very unlikely in the pit lane that he's going to spin. And the pit lane is sort of designed on that basis, like where the lines are, where people can stand, is designed on the basis that drivers are going to come in and drive in a straight line. When he starts weaving around, it makes it much more likely he's going to spin, and therefore pit lane hasn't really been designed for that from a safety perspective. Zilda Russell's car with that cold also sick today. Well, hopefully you can still watch the race, Tsunoda does go fast again with another yellow flag, and it looks like it's Valtteri Bottas. Green flag now, so I suspect Valtteri Bottas has done a YOLO 360 on the exit of Village there. Very tricky corner, getting the power down to go down the Wellington straight. So I suspect Valtteri Bottas has done a 360. Lucy says, we have seen a spin in the pit lane before. Do you remember which one that was, Lucy? Do you remember which one that was? Still haven't had eyes on this Valtteri Bottas YOLO moment. 41 minutes to go.
Keep trying.
But he looks like he's on his way now. George Russell was saying that the track seems like it's drying, but no one on dry tyres yet. Maybe they won't want to use a pair. Should McLaren have their pit lane dress up as Wallace and Gromit? I've no idea what that means. Karen says, I think Max is sandbagging, but I'm genuinely worried. Is it your... I'm going to have a look here at Valtteri Bottas, actually. What happened? So, went into Village. Oh, did he just cut across it? Yep. Why was he... Oh, and then he spun it after. He did spin it. It wasn't a 360, it was just a 180. So, Valtteri Bottas really pushing it on the limit there. Welcome, Satish Kumar. Yeah, it's free practice. I wouldn't. It's too early to say. It's too early to say, really. Hamilton spun on entry to pits. Then Hamilton went off in China memorably. Hamilton would have probably won the championship in his first year if he hadn't gone to the gravel in China. Pit entry. Styrian GP. Which one's Styrian? Was that Nordschleife or was that Eiffel GP? That's some deep F1 lore there. Going back to the Styrian GP. Charles Leclerc now is fastest, 140.8, as the lap time's tumbling at the top. As it will be getting drier. Much, much, much drier. That Charles Leclerc is still on it as well. As he tips into Maggots and Beckett's. So it says BRB got a team call. Is that with one of the teams? Let us know after. Maybe some good intel there. Hamilton also looking racy. Sets the fastest sector 1 out of anyone. But you can expect the lap times to pretty much tumble here. Tumble, tumble, tumble. Lando Norris overtakes George Russell on track. 38 minutes to go. Quite a lot has happened already, including a red flag. Feels like a long time ago. As there we go, Verstappen does go fastest there. Just a little bit faster than Leclerc. And in fact, just ahead of Leclerc on track. Everyone's got their team meetings. Who's scheduling team meetings on a Saturday during FP3? So Valtteri Bottas still out there. He hasn't boxed because of that spin. He's just cracked on. The team's just trying to get as much information as they can. Gonna have a look at a replay here of Charles Leclerc coming into Cop. Did he run wide again? Nope, just sparking a little bit on the curb on exit. It would be amazing to watch. The spray, the sparks. You see the cars really using actually the full amount of their aerodynamic downforce. Hamilton pushing, yeah, 39.5 for Hamilton. So there we go. He did the fast sector 1 and he's followed it up. As Nicholas Hamilton is in the paddock. Also a racing driver. Zilda Russell's hungry and cold. Can anyone help Zilda Russell out? Any suggestions? Lando Norris did the fastest sector 3 out of anyone. And he's also there or thereabouts. So the driver's trying to push, go faster and faster. Not knowing exactly what the conditions are going to be like in qualifying. It might be one where you need to adapt. And a little bit of luck, being in the right place at the right time, I imagine. So there again, Norris going into Cops. And we'll see what his sector time is going to be like for what is now the middle sector. Obviously would have been the first sector. Is it true that wet tyres aren't allowed to be heated in blankets anymore? I don't know, but I think intermediate tyres I've definitely seen them being heated. And Oscar Piastri just went over the line there and went second fastest. So Piastri looking quick. George Russell as well has been looking quick, but he's got a lot of traffic now as he goes into Stowe. He's got Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris. And remember, it's not that easy to overtake when there's in wet conditions where there's a dry line and you have to go off the dry line. But George Russell has done that. So keep an eye on the Russell time here. Will he go fastest? Not sure he'll go fastest. No, goes second fastest, 139.7. And Carlos Sainz doesn't look like he's going to improve. Lando Norris not going to improve either. Karen says, Supermax, come on, push. Well, where is Verstappen? He has just done the fastest middle sector out of anyone, the tricky middle sector. And not too complicated last sector. This is where we saw Pierre Gasly spin. But keep an eye on Verstappen. Looks like Verstappen probably going to go fastest here. Let's see. Will he do it? Verstappen goes fastest, 138.8. So big improvement at the top for Verstappen. And now Charles Leclerc might topple him. Let's see. I'd imagine so. Big sector 1. Charles Leclerc, yes, 138.6. And where's Lewis Hamilton? Lewis Hamilton has just done a very quick sector 2. He's there or thereabouts in terms of being fast overall. So it looks like the track is really drying out. Zilda says, my cousin going to kill me but support Lando. How can he be George Russell's cousin and support Lando? How does that work? How does that work at the family get-togethers? Keep an eye on Carlos Sainz. He's now finishing his fast lap. Is there a rule saying you can't warm up his tyres in pit lane? I would just say it's unsafe. You might want to have a look at the rule book and see if there is anything there or not. What cars are going to be announced now? I don't know what cars. I just hope there's going to be a new track, to be honest. Carlos Sainz went P4 there. What about Sergio Perez? Here's Sergio Perez. He's just completed the second sector. And he's not on a particularly fast lap, I think. Not on a super fast lap is Sergio Perez. Toto Wolff's all wrapped up. Looking very cold. Oh, was that a... Yeah, Lando Norris went all the way off track somewhere. Where was this? Was this at a farm? This must have been farm, yes. He turned into farm, he cut across, went all across the runoff there, basically into village. Took the long way into village. Welcome Rob Craig, welcome Chaya as well. Meanwhile, looking at Lance Stroll. Don't know why I'm looking at Lance Stroll. Where is Lance Stroll? P14. Very, very, very average for what is Aston Martin's home race, but you wouldn't know. Not a lot of media coverage Aston are getting, and they must be furious about it. Max in the pits. Yes, he is. Max is the only driver still in the session who's in the pits. Obviously, Pierre Gasly has had the red flag. He's been retired. Oh, it's on Channel 4. Ah, it's the whole race live on Channel 4. That'd be a good thing. Yeah, Hamilton still fastest. Then Leclerc, then Verstappen, Sainz, Perez, Piastri, Norris only in 8th. Welcome to Tom Classics. Norris only in 8th place. Lance Stroll to overtake someone in Maggots and Beckett's. I'm going to sneeze. Deary me. So 32 minutes to go in FP3, and surely at this rate, with no rain that I can see, there is going to be a real dry line appearing, and maybe someone's going to think about going onto the dry tyres. I'm not sure. Cameron says Charles Leclerc is pushing. Well, that's good in the UK. You can watch it on Channel 4. Presumably no adverts in the race itself. You did some multi-screen. Zilda says, does Checo is on track? I don't see him, bruh. Well, yes, you can see Teddy Perry just above my head there, going down the Wellington Straight. Tyre blankets going on Lewis Hamilton's intermediates as he comes in, and Charles Leclerc actually has beaten him. We got a tip-off in chat, and there we go. Charles Leclerc has now gone fastest with 38.4. Remember, the fastest lap here last year was, what, a 123 or something? 123 or something like that from Hamilton. So we're still a long way off any cutover. You also really don't want to risk it here before qualifying starts. Unless there's a team with not a lot to lose, maybe like the Alpines. Well, there's only one Alpine on track now. Maybe like the Stakes. They might want to get some intel. Haas often seem to overperform. Maybe get some intel on that crossover. And then he might be better prepared for qualifying when it actually matters. Lando up into P3. So that off track hasn't discouraged him. Looking at the speed trap here, anyone poking over 300? Well, Piastri, Leclerc, looking pretty quick. And then we've got the current points as well. Verstappen 237, Lando 156, Leclerc 150. It can change quicker than you think. It can change quicker than you think here. If Verstappen has 2 DNFs, with 25 points a pop a race available, it can change, but you'll say that's not the likely scenario. Welcome, Martin Myhill. I think Super GT, aka Steve, go to make a fantastic result in Silverstone. Hopefully, a fantastic result is made. So one of the V-carb mechanics is hugging the tyre warmers. Bianca Bustamante's with McLaren. She's an F1 Academy driver, caught in a massive controversy at the beginning of the season with Lance Stroll. Lando Norris being told the rain might get worse in 15 minutes time. So the rain might get worse in 15 minutes time. Seema says, any rain predicted for the race tomorrow? Well, we had in chat, it looked like yes is the answer. Thunderstorm and maybe even hail. As there are some people who are very well prepared in the grandstands with winter coats and hoods and sunglasses to basically be fully protected from the elements. And there's some people who are perhaps less well prepared who've just come in sort of a t-shirt. Well, this is England. You just never know what the weather's going to do. Just presume it's going to be unfavourable to whatever your plans are. Zoe's back again. George Russell now is the fastest driver. 137.5 for Russell. Hamilton, though, might fancy a little bit of that. He's come out the second sector. Going to overtake Alonso going into Stowe. Yes. So we'll see if Hamilton is going to unseat his teammate at the top of the standings here. Gotta love the British weather. You gotta love it. Hamilton, does he go fastest? I'm not sure. No, but very, very, very close. And I don't think Alonso was super compliant. Hamilton needed to sort of sweep on the outside at Stowe. So that may have compromised him a little bit there. I hope for a more fun race compared to last week. Well, last week the sprint race wasn't fun, but the race itself was pretty fun, in my opinion. George, for Russell, this sort of weather should be a great leveler with everyone else now also having water on their visors. Yes, indeed. George Russell obviously practices for these conditions in every race. Make sure I am live. Chloe Chambers is here as well, another F1 Academy driver. Looking quite glum. Not sure why. Don't think there's an F1 Academy race here. Might be wrong. You would think there would be, given this was the home of the W Series that F1 Academy took over from. Some would say put into administration. Who else is looking quick? Well, a lot of drivers now back in the pits. And I'm seeing rain on the lens. I need to get a zoom on some puddles to see if it's actually raining now, because we were told that the rain was getting heavier. What does that mean? It's raining now. Only 47 likes. We can do better, chat. We can get to 100 likes on the FP3. On the FP3 streams. Last race, Russell memes were wild. What, in Austria? Oh, Lando Norris just tipped 300 kilometers an hour. That might be a new record here in this session on the speed trap. 300 kilometers an hour, Lando Norris in the McLaren. What is he actually going to do with that in terms of lap time? Let's see. Will he improve? He's done PB so far. No purple sectors, but when you add them up, well, there we go, purple sector at the end. And it's 137.8. So there or thereabouts. So he says, first time in my life I'm watching from the garage. Let us know which garage you're watching from. So which team is it? Verstappen's out on circuit. He's done a couple of PBs. I'm seeing more rain on the lens, or I should say. So maybe it's going to get wetter. And if it gets wetter, what do drivers do? Pierre Gasly's back in the garage after binning it. Unforced error. Lost Touch says, looks like the track is improving. Well, you would say that sort of looking at the timings. But when the rain hits, it could all change. So we'll see. Just 24 minutes to go in FP3. It looks cold out there. Max Verstappen was out there driving very slowly. I think you see he aborted that last sector. Maybe to get some clear air and really go again. Steven said, trust you more than Google. Oh, well, Sky have gone to a break. Zoe's watching from the Red Bull Racing Garage. Oh my goodness. Chat, does anyone have any questions for Zoe in the F1 garage? What's the vibe like? What's the vibe like in the garage? What is it like? Just started raining in the northwest. Is that northwest of England? Okay, well, raining in the northwest, it could make its way down to Silverstone in the middle of the country. We will see. Keep an eye on the times, everyone. Logan Sargent does some personal bests. Because if we see the times start to increase... Is Max's dad there? I'm not sure. Maybe Zoe... Yeah, that's a question for Zoe. Is Josh Verstappen there? Sunny in Devon. Okay, so we can collate this. It's raining in the northwest, but it's sunny in the southwest. So if the winds are coming from the northwest... Zoe says, we are nervous, everyone. Just, I'm a bit more excited from happiness. Well, let us know. Can you see Josh Verstappen there? Josh the boss? Verstappen set some personal best sector, but no purples. So I wonder if it will be if the track is actually not improving as much now. Will I be at Silverstone tomorrow? No, I won't be at Silverstone tomorrow. Got some stuff to do here as well. Everyone's still on the inters. Can you see as many green sectors being delivered? Purple sectors? Logan Sargent with a mini purple. Just causing chaos. Logan Sargent woke up and chose chaos, I think is what's happened. 21 minutes to go. Is that Charles Leclerc? Just, well, I'm not sure drivers are getting that much quicker now. Let's keep an eye on Tsunoda. Tsunoda goes P12. What about Carlos Sainz? Oh, Carlos Sainz boxes. And Verstappen might box as well because he just did a fast lap. See if Verstappen boxes. Is he coming into the pits? Yes, he is as well. So Oscar Piastri looks like he's on a fast lap. But this could be quite interesting. He's 4/10 off in the first sector. He's quite quick in the second sector. Is he going to boxing? So maybe it's getting wetter now. Lando Norris is out on circuit. We'll see. Really, really heavy rain in the northwest now.
Okay, crack on.
Fernando Alonso staying out. Fernando Norris, are you going to start a lap here? Let's see. No, Norris boxes. So, a lot of drivers coming in. A lot of drivers coming in. So I said, I hope the media doesn't show me on TV. I hate it. Well, you might get a reputation for being at every race. You might have the cameras on you. So it certainly doesn't look like it's getting drier. I can't see as much spray from the cars. So not quite sure what the conditions are right now. So there is a camera in the Red Bull garage. Helmet Marco looks like he's getting on a little bit. Did Max Verstappen have an issue? Is that why he backed off? We had a little bit of a wobble. Oh, a little bit of the back end sliding out. Yeah, I'm not sure the track is quicker right now, is my hunch. But I also can't see lots of visible rain, so this is, if you look at the lap times, those streak of purples. Ricardo getting told, as expected, it started to rain. It's level 1, and we expect level 2 in about 5 minutes. Yeah, Chai saying as well, rain is getting more and more. So I think the rain, we can say that the rain is now increasing. That would make sense. I'm on board with Ricardo. It looks like quite a bit of spray, actually. Lee said I'd be jumping up and down and waving, or maybe in the future we'll be able to give away some garage spots. That'd be pretty cool. In fact, it should be good. It's a backpack giveaway again. I've forgotten it. Oh my goodness. I'll have to find the link for qualifying. The backpack giveaway continues. GT Mega did draw 2 winners. They did draw 2 winners for Austria. Yeah, no one really improving right now, let's be honest, of the drivers on circuit, which includes both Mercedes, and it looks like, visibly, it's not... Oh, heavy clouds above Silverstone. Surprised the helicopter's still flying and all of that. There we go, there's the giveaway. So if you want to win a backpack, I think the secret code is Kireth Britain, maybe. Try that. Try to save the link. Oh, the mods are just totally on this. So yeah, 2 winners drawn from the last one. GT Mega will draw some more winners this time. So it's giving away backpacks. So if you need a backpack, give the backpack to Zoe. It sounds like Zoe might need one. Hopefully getting a lot of swag from the teams. Might need somewhere to store it. So Sergio Perez out on track. He's been out there for a while. Some drivers doing sort of long stints on the inters. I wonder if some drivers are really scrubbing those inters to almost give themselves a unique tyre for the race if the conditions demand it. Looks like more rain now. 16 minutes to go. What you definitely don't want to do, you definitely don't want to bin it right now. That is the last thing. Binning it. So hopefully all these drivers are going to keep it on track. That would be big drama. So fair play to everyone who is on track. I remember there were some sessions last year when it was like this where people just wouldn't even go out. They were just too worried about losing it. But luckily we don't have that. I'm looking at George Russell's inters and they look to be very scrubbed. Very scrubbed set of inters for George Russell. So he might be doing exactly that and really scrubbing them down. So they've got that unique tyre available. And it is the Mercedes on board. I mean, like I said, all of the media hype has been around Lando Norris. But George Russell is our most recent race winner. Current race winner, if that makes sense. And he is fastest so far in FP3. When it mattered and he got the track was in the right conditions, he was the driver that extracted the most from it. So fair play. So you put the Checo song in our headphones during watching. So does that mean you're on the Checo side of the garage then? On the Checo side of the garage. I would quite like to see the rain get heavier here. Well, not too heavy. Well, what do we want to see? Do we want to see the rain get heavier? Be interesting if someone feels like they're going to try it on the wet tyre. That would be interesting. But at the moment, it's just sort of like wet conditions, and some people just circulating on the intermediate tyres, getting that intel. Lucy seems comfortable in 8. Seems to be 8th a lot lacy for Sergio Perez. Yes, indeed. Esteban Ocon has just been circulating. See, Ricciardo's done 22 laps on the inters. Hamilton's done 20 laps, so really good information there. Try, how does a scrub tyre look? Does it look a lot different from regular tyres? They don't have as much tread left between the blocks. The more tread depth you have in dry conditions, the more those blocks sort of move around and overheat the tyres. So actually, if you're going, there might be a track condition that's just too wet for slicks. So you need to have some tread, but it's too dry for fresh intermediates. And therefore, having a real scrub set of inters could be a ace up the sleeve. Lee says no more rain would be ideal for practice. So now we're left with the 2 stake drivers, the 2 Mercedes drivers, and Daniel Ricciardo. You were out on circuit. Hamilton, with this level of rain, we expect standing water to be increasing a little bit more. So Hamilton being told that the rain is just enough that it's going to be it's going to be getting... There's more rain coming down than's been cleared from the circuit, basically, I believe. Welcome to Ali, greeting from Alaska. Hope you're doing well in Alaska. Hope all is well. So if we've got their pass. Forgot where I left it. Just let them know. Let them know you're a VIP on this stream, and they'll know this stream, and then they'll just let you through. You get into places that you didn't even know you get into. British rain, yes indeed. Abby Pulling is at the circuit with Alpine. Probably, possibly, the fastest open wheel female racer in the world right now. Between her, Sophia Florsch, and Dorian Pin, I would say. As Esteban Ocon almost went off where his teammate Pierre Gasly did. Maybe that's a particular problem for the Alpines there. Who knows? Ralph says, when is the qualifying? The qualifying is at 3 o'clock UK time. And I would suspect it. I mean, it's all very well this in FP3 where you could just go out and get information. But where these conditions are very exciting is in qualifying. When you just got to, you know, we saw in Austria, it was pretty much half a second was the difference. And, you know, you just, therefore, no one is safe, basically. With the conditions changing, you can completely out of your control be out of qualifying just because the conditions got quicker by half a second. Which is quite an exciting thing. So there'll be a bit of luck of the draw, there'll be a bit of strategy, there'll be a bit of consistency, i.e. not messing up your laps. Herbert's got ice in the cat. Very nice. Lewis Hamilton's gone in. George Russell stays out. Oscar Piastri comes out. And Charles Leclerc. And Lance Stroll. So some drivers coming in, some staying out. This event is still sponsored by Crypto.com. Like, what is going on? And it's sponsored by Las Vegas. And Etihad Airways. Herbert Williams with some more ice now. Very confusing. Very, very, very confusing. 10 minutes to go, FP3. Normally, at this stage of FP3, we'd be looking at drivers coming out, maybe doing some qualifying runs. But I don't think that's going to be the case here. As Hamilton comes out again. It's interesting. Hamilton came in and has come out again. I don't know if that's going to be on a new set of tyres. It was very interesting to see whether he's come out on a new set or the same set. Does it rain tea in Britain? No, but it rains water that you can make tea with. Tea is not inherently British. I think tea is not grown in Britain. Charles Leclerc's out there. Why is Charles Leclerc out there? Look at the picture of Stroll here. Does look to be getting significantly wetter now, I would say, in terms of the spray, or visibly wetter. So you can see the Stroll sector times are not anything special at all. See what he's going to do for sector 2. The fastest ones everyone was doing in the 40s. He's on a 41.1. Roger says boring FP3. Do you think what's more exciting, this FP3 or the sprint race in Austria? What do you think? Because that's the alternative. We could be having a sprint race now. So what will you actually prefer? Would you prefer a sprint race in these conditions? Or an FP3? Whatever you say, they will do. Carlos Sainz out on track. So Hamilton's still on the same tyre, looks like, 24. And Leclerc also on the same tyre, 21 laps on it. So it looks like some of the teams deciding to put a bit more wear on their components. Potentially give themselves more options in terms of the tyres available. Lisa, I've been telling everyone it does rain tea and crumpets. Okay, well, tea and crumpets is different. That combination, yeah. We can go with that. So we found her pass. Just forgot I left there. Where is my mind? Goodness me. Well, Dane's reverted there. The pass has been found. Good news. Verstappen, meanwhile, is just chilling in the car. No, he's not chilling. The opposite of chilling. No, wait. They took the tyre warmers off and then they put them back on again and Verstappen comes out. Verstappen is the opposite of chilling. He is driving. So maybe we will see a flurry of cars come out at the end. Remember, you don't want to crash it. You don't want to crash it. Jared, if they can't sell tickets, also maybe need to add a sprint race. Well, we have had some exciting sprint race here in the past. So more and more cars now on circuit. Black says, I love a crumpet right now. Does it go with the coffee? Honestly, I feel like crumpets don't... Oh, I think it said scone. Or scone. Welcome, Matty Harrison. Crumpet. Well, crumpet is something that you really put butter on. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to speak out of turn here. Maybe. Oh my goodness, Carlos Sainz had a big moment on the rear end that he saved. If you see the yellow flag come out here, you know something big has happened. Do you want a cream or jam and cream? Well, you don't want to... I don't agree with people that... If I'm having a scone, I'm only having cream. I don't really care about the jam too much. Jam can get in the sea, frankly. But I see people who just mix it all up and it's just wrong. Also, I'd much rather have a scone that doesn't have raisins in. You can keep the raisins. So, guys, I think we've got to go eat something. Maybe, hopefully, in the Red Bull hospitality. Let us know what's in there. Take some photos and we can make a video out of it. We can review the VIP hospitality. Is that Fernando Alonso overtaking Lance Stroll there? Not sure why Lance Stroll's going so slowly. Slower than usual. George Russell's been in now, so Lewis Hamilton still out. Just 5 minutes to go. Esteban Ocon's been out for a long time. Ricciardo's probably been out for the longest. Yeah, 25 laps for Daniel Ricciardo. Yuki Tsunoda 23 laps. Sorry, no, Lewis Hamilton's been out the longest. 26 laps for Lewis Hamilton. So they're really working Lewis Hamilton here. I'm going to have a look at that moment for Carlos Sainz. Where was it? In Village? Going around? Yeah, just he was laying down the power. I think that's where Valtteri Bottas had a bit of a moment. I think there's no scenario in which anyone would prefer raisins over chocolate chips. Are we agreed? Agreed or disagreed? Got some guests in the Aston Martin garage. Black Hair says, nothing awakes my appetite like Kireth's dreams. We're always talking about food. We always return to the safe comfort of food, don't we? George says, what about sultanas? Well, as far as unless this is an episode of QI, as far as I'm aware, there's no difference between a sultana and a raisin. But you let me know. I'm sure there is. Raisin. Raisin is what? A dried grape? Chai saying sultanas are raisins. I feel like George is going to try and convince us that they're not. Phil Hamilton is trying to find out where Russell found that extra speed. He won't find Russell's secret. But it's very close between them, I would say, in FP3. It's not too much difference, to be honest. Not too much difference. Right, 3 minutes to go in FP3. Come on, someone, send it. Or bin it. Or do something. George would Google it, but I'm watching on your phone. Well, just take it from me then that sultanas are the same as raisins. In fact, I don't even know why we have two different words. I think there should be a death match. Should be a referendum on it, and we should vote to just ban one of them. Craig says, not banana chips. Broke a tooth. What are banana chips? Chaya says, Google says sultanas and raisins are different types of grapes, but they're still grapes. Is it... You know, like you have red wine and white wine? Is that red grapes and green grapes? Is that what it is? Well, hang on. Seema's saying raisin and sultanas are produced from the same grape. Thompson seedless. The only difference is the way they are dried. So therefore, well, if it's the same grape... Is it like you make butter and cheese out of milk? Is that the equivalent thing? It's like James Vowles is shivering, or he's listening to some kind of filthy rhythm there. I'm going to send George Russell out again. George, no way you to have chocolate chips and scones. That way lies madness. Honestly, if anyone's watching you make scones, put some chocolate chips in there. Just because. Same with hot cross buns. Anyone who makes hot cross buns, get those raisins out, put some chocolate chips in, and watch your profits double. If I was in that line of business, I would be doing that. Get with the times. Call it fusion food. So he's going to eat the eggs. Won't Kireth says, are they using inters? Yes, everyone's on inters right now. You can see on the map there, they've all got the green for the inters. GJ says MotoGP also. Where's MotoGP on? Where's MotoGP today? Any food that has raisins would be improved by having chocolate chips. Just a fact. Mark says minstrels or revels. I honestly don't even like minstrels or revels. It's just old school chocolates that are just like... They're chocolates from like 30 years ago. Karen does like raisins though. They are nice. Okay, so we got... Karen, you should join the raisin... The raisin union. Protection of raisins. Lucy, I agree with hot cross bun, chocolate chips. Seema, I haven't had sultana since primary school and that was a long time ago. It's just when you buy normally something bread-based, or scone or something, and then you realise that they've just put raisins in there. You're like, why have you just... I would rather there were not raisins in this. You know? Craig says they do chocolate hot cross buns. Hang on, I have to look this up. No way. That was my business idea. Chocolate hot cross buns. Wait, yeah, it's Waitrose though, so not for the normal people. Still hasn't made it mainstream yet, has it? Hot chips with Mars bar topping. I don't know what that's about. Hooked on, I tend to avoid chocolate. Size goes down, price goes up. Jaws M&S did some amazing hot cross buns, but again, it's still until it's in Aldi, I'm not. If it's not in Aldi, it's not super relevant to me. Seema says, throw some Mars bars in a saucepan. Melt them into a sauce. But hang on, does a Mars bar... What's in a Mars bar? Is there any biscuit in a Mars bar? No. Okay. Pour sauce over hot chips. You just know that's wrong. You know that's not right, though. In the process of doing it, you just... It's not right. You may as well just deep fry the Mars bar and have it with chips. If I say a deep fried Mars bar, it's probably more... How do they deep fry a Mars bar and the Mars bar doesn't melt? Do you is the Mars bar frozen when they put it in? There's some racing! We've just seen some racing. Lando Norris has overtaken George Russell on circuit. The cynical part of me feels like this has been choreographed by Sky. That's the cynical part of me. Chicken salt is amazing. What's chicken salt? Right, there goes FP3. It won't be one that lives particularly long in the memory, I would say. Welcome, Damien Gollan. Drivers now doing their grid starts, practice grid starts. There was a bit of racing there at the end. Probably frozen and batter is put over the Mars bar. We'll ask during the race or qualifying streams when there might be more people watching. We might have someone who's actually cooked them. This is a great thing about having so many people watching. We can ask questions like that. There's probably someone who knows. It does melt, but it's encased in batter. You know what? I've got to try it. My local fish and chip place does it. It's on the chalkboard, but I've never ordered it. I don't know if it's a trap. West Ham signs Wolves defender Kilman for 40 million. Why are we buying someone for 40 million? West Ham have signed Wolves captain Max Kilman, never heard of him, for 40 million on a 7-year contract. Oh my goodness, we're going to go through another one of these phases. There's no way that is going to be a successful transfer. He's 27. Who is this guy? Max Kilman. 40 million a few years ago would have got you like Ronaldo. Centre back. Oh goodness me. Right. Anyway, looks like West Ham is a very cyclical club, and we're going to go in one of those cycles where we just waste a lot of money. 40 million on some guy I've never heard of? It's some sort of joke. What did he miss in the last 30 minutes? Not an awful lot, to be honest. Right, chat, we're going to be back then for qualifying. Oh, got an update on the baby. Let us know about the baby. That's very important. Some would say more important. So feel free to let us know. Oh, he's a cough away from being born. Okay, well, good luck to everyone involved there. Hopefully it goes well. And yeah, we'll be back for qualifying. So 2:30 we'll be back. Unfortunately, we didn't really learn an awful lot from this session, I would say. But, you know, you got to turn up to FP3 to see what happens. So we'll be back for qualifying, where if it is going to be wet conditions, it should be very, very, very exciting. We will see. But yeah, thanks so much everyone for joining. It's been a fun one, but we'll be back later for qualifying. So I think we're going to go live at 2:30. So in about 2 hours time, we should be live for that. Hope everyone has something nice to eat, and I'll see you